Hi Instagram, happy evening, and hi Facebook, happy evening. It's been quite long time I've come on Insta and Facebook live. So let's see how many of you start joining in with me and say hi Prachu from Jaipur. Hi Rudra, ye khatarnak aadmi. Sakshi, okay, hi Nidhi, Nisha. Hi guys, happy evening to all of you. And Wall of Kingdomites. Okay, Ravindra Pal Singh and we have Sandeep Goda. Sandeep Goda, happy married life to you. I know I couldn't make it that day, but I really thought for you and prayed for both of you and Sheetal. Both of you should have a fabulous, happy married life ahead. Whenever possible, let's catch up, and I'll personally hug you and wish you on your super married life. Hi Nidhi, hi Chetandeep, hi Sharat, Santosh Ramasamy. Happy evening to all of you. It's been actually really long doing this kind of live. Of course, we had every week sessions from live from Sampurna sessions and then carry on. So I thought, okay, why not to have for a change? Hi Kavita, hi Spurti, hi Pramila, kya baat hai? Kalyani, thanks for sharing your photos from Kumar Parvata trek, and it's one of the most toughest trek from Karnataka, and you did it very well and so nice. Amazing photos you shared with me. Yes, Sandeep, definitely will catch up very soon, both of you together, the latest married couple in the city. Here we go. So guys, as hi Madhu, as I've shared on the message of mine that something very beautiful happened. I just love all these things. It's been actually a long time something like this has happened, so I thought why not to have this very interactive session with all of you. I know you won't interact, but most of you always have this thing about not interacting, but somebody already is coming on video live. Hi Achyuta Win. Yep. Get you on the live in some time. So many of them. Hi Bharti. Hi Sudha. Hi Guru Kiran. Also nice to see so many of you. I think I should come very often on live online. You people really come. Or is it that today's topic is a little more exciting, sensational? Now very important things to share with all of you as we go on this live on Insta and Facebook. Hi Vandana Mehra, happy evening. Hi Vibha. Istanbul, Vibha too. You people have reached Istanbul, so there we have people from Turkey also. I think you're going to have one of the most amazing place you will see in Turkey. Some amazing. Please don't forget to bring. I think baklava is a sweet there. So Vibha, please do bring some nice baklava for us. I love that sweet from Turkey. Please share. So thank you so much for joining in from there. So the story was something like that. What is the crux of the story? Before we discuss what I want to discuss all of you, one of the very important reasons which I want to have this live is for, apart from a lot of reasons, one reason is that a lot of my students are in public forum, and a lot of the college boys and girls that are kingdomites also go on the dais regularly as public speakers. They speak in schools, colleges, they speak on different platforms, social platforms. So when something like this happens, so when one of them asked me also, when something like this happens, when you are questioned on your credibility, when you're standing on the dais, on the topic and the subject you are speaking about, how do you handle it? How do you respond to all these things? When it comes to me, I know I've been in this field for over 2 decades, so I've gone through these situations many times and I've nicely handled it. Nicely means royally handled it. So, but then I realized when one of them asked, when it happens at public forum, how do we handle? I said, why not to go online live? Because most of you that right now there must be at times going in public places, public forums, family get-togethers, social circles, and you choose to stand up and speak for something, for the betterment of everybody there, and suddenly somebody gets up and questions the very subject that you represent, then how do you handle? So I think it will be a nice apt time to talk to all of them, my kingdomites, my people whom I have trained to trainers who have been in public forum for quite some time and they've been training, then how do you handle with this? So I'll just give a little briefing about the entire thing. But there are two things to understand here, guys. One very important here is, it's not important who the person is. What is important is what happened. But when it comes from you to the world, when you want to teach to the world, inspire to the world, motivate the world, help the world, who is more important than what do you speak? Very strange, no? When it comes to inspiring people, motivate people, who you are is very important than what you say. When it comes to something that what happened on Monday night in my SAMPOORNA session, one of them just randomly started questioning what I was talking and teaching. So who the person is not important here. People are people, nothing to speak about them. What was spoken, how do you respond to all these things? Number one, this is a lot of lessons to learn for all of us here. One, because when suddenly you're standing on the dais, I remember standing on the dais addressing 2,000 people on my first college fest in RR Nagar, and it was the topic was best revenge. And very recently also I spoke on best revenge this first Sunday of this month. And I remember Kalyani also was there right now. Most of you also were there who were watching this live. Standing and taking, and the program was going at the peak of my intensity when suddenly one drunk man who got up from the seat or somewhere he entered that entire place and started shouting, "Speak in Kannada, Kannada Matari," something like that. He's going on talking all these things. And Kalyani is our commando, she just got into action, swung into action, took that man and almost, you know what she's capable of. She almost threw him outside. And then I have to be at the peak of my session to continue. Somebody asked me also at the end of the session, how do you, when in the public forum, 2,000 people, open forum, you're talking and somebody comes and does, I did not see you getting disturbed, you continue the entire session, hats off to you, but how do you deal with it? I said my very session itself was best revenge. And the session I only told, the best revenge is to live a beautiful life. If this person is supposed to come and disturb my peace of mind, then if I get disturbed, then I think I'm not standing by the speech which I'm talking, I'm not walking my talk. In fact, next 30 minutes I lived a very beautiful life on the dais, undisturbed into my state of peace and carried on beautifully and made an impact. That's the best revenge I could do. I have to prove him wrong that just because you don't know one language doesn't make any sense. That doesn't mean anything in life. Same thing. Monday when I was taking session, somebody was writing some comments like that. What you're talking about is incorrect. It needs a lot of corrections and you can not talk about all these things. Bad karma will happen. The karma comes to play, all these things. All this didn't happen. Of course, I was on the Zoom. I couldn't read anything. It all happened later only. But I know a lot of people would have got disturbed because of this who are watching. Lessons to learn here is this, guys. One, I built a world of mine with 18 years of my hard work, blood, sweat, heart it takes to build a world. 18 years I took to build a world, and those hundreds of them on the Zoom. And one person just because, and you know what happens? These people are there in the program, always tell them. It's a Zoom, no, we cannot, people hide behind the screen and do a lot of things, can't help it. So those of you are teachers, in case you know what kind of difficult it is. Of course I have my own issues with that. To build a world of hundreds of thousands of people and somebody just thinks he or she has the right to stand up just because you have some so-called intelligence, something you have read somewhere, or you have your own experiences. You think you have right to spoil somebody's world? Really? Build your own world and you'll know how much you have to slog your ass to build a world. To create life of one person. They say in Vedas, you create life of one person, you go to heaven. Thousands and thousands of life have been created in 18 years with the hard work of me and my team. And this one person on one thing and one statement or one session is able to make a judgment about you. It doesn't make sense. Have some sensitivity, no? Two, one very recent lesson that I've been talking to everybody, which I myself is practicing, is this. Most of us in communication, we don't listen to understand, we listen to speak. We're just listening because we have already found some thoughts and we want to immediately give it back the moment the person stops his lip work. That's it. You're not listening to understand, listening to speak. How many times in a relationship we do? We don't tend to listen. We only listen to speak back. And I think this mistake I have done in my life so many times. Listen to understand. What is the hurry? What do you have concluded in your mind? You know everything. You're sitting with a prejudiced mind. So one, please listen to understand always. So if you are sitting in the audience, if you're sitting in the Discord, if you're sitting with people, if you don't trust that person, that place, don't go. First question. First understanding. If you believe the person, if you believe that place, if you understand something, then go. Otherwise, don't go. Who has asked you? Very important. Don't sit with judgmental mind to listen. Listen to understand. Don't listen to speak back just because you have something to speak on. I can talk on any topic of life. I know little about heart also. That does not make I can make a comment about heart specialists' work. So you do not have that right. None of us have that right to do that. 2, 3. Even if we have something to have. Because what was very strange was, you are attending my sessions, let's say even this session also, live also. If you are listening to me for last 3 months, 6 months, 5 years, whatever time you are listening to me. If you are listening to me for the first time, I understand. You have been referred, you have chosen by yourself to come. कोई ज़बरदस्ती तुमको बुलाया नहीं ना सेशन अटेंड करने के लिए किसी ने भी. मेरा तो कम से कम. There you are. At least have some courtesy, no? I like some countries where even before they fight, argument, they will hug each other, then argue, and then again hug each other and go. Basic courtesy. If you understand spirituality so much, because the person who wrote those things there, either you must be knowing a lot about spirituality, so you have written those comments, or you are absolutely illiterate about spirituality, so you have written the comments. One of the two will happen. But giving the benefit that you are highly spiritually evolved person, so you are written the spirit. In a highly spiritual person you are, my dear friend, have some basic courtesy, no? Any one of us. Even if you have, for example, if I am sitting with you and I don't like what you are speaking, I think I will have a basic courtesy saying that, dear friend, I think what you are saying, I am not able to understand. I beg to differ with you. I have a difference of opinion. Can you give me more clarity about from the perspective you are speaking about? I just read to you one statement. And then, because at that time only, if I read all this thing, I would have taken care of. But I will speak. I want to speak in the Sampurna about what is that, whatever has been mentioned. So don't miss the Sampurna. If you are already enrolled, you will get to have the virtue. But if you are not enrolled, this Monday Sampurna, I am going to give answers to clarify every point has been spoken about. Look at one other statement. There are many corrections when it comes to authority. Because authority is how Creator designed 5 bodies, not on some individual's personal experiences. So keep the discussion in alignment of the design of Creator. Uma, you are a spiritual person, have some request in your tone, and you are my boss sitting down there. You are the authority. In this entire history of the world, one thing I know, even if I am not a spiritually aligned or spiritually evolved, I am a spiritually aligned person, not a spiritually evolved person like you or anybody, in history of humanity, not even once God himself or itself has come on the earth and told, I am God. Not even God has come and told. But so many human beings have claimed they are God. Can you imagine this? And here we have somebody telling authority and 5 bodies. I am talking 5 personalities. In that one personality's body, gentleman thinks 5 bodies are there. Now I can go into just 5 statement of which I can find 1,000 mistakes in the entire thing. Issue is not that. Issue is that if you are a spiritually evolved person, last time is even dangerous. Else karmas come in way. My dear friends, forget all these things. One basic humble request to all of you is, anybody scares you in the name of God and karma is not a spiritual person. Okay. Spiritual person is a person who has a lot of alignment. They have depth. They have, okay, if you are a spiritual person, I am also spiritually aligned. At least I strive to be spiritual. Please have some basic courtesy. Same gaon wale hum log yaar. We are from the same subject. Have some basic respect, some tone. What rudeness is there? And if you or anybody knows so much about life, become a teacher. No, why you are attending my program or anybody's program? And when I first took the program, 2007, who is God? My God, thousands of people came. I thought, my God, so many people want to know about God. I was very happy when I saw this. At the end of the program, it was almost catastrophe only. I said, because everybody was shouting. Shouting means everybody was, then I realized one thing. Only one thing I realized was this. People have come to my program not to know about God. They have come to find out whether my understanding about God matches with their concept of God. If my understanding about God matches with their concept of God, I am a right person. They will give me tick mark. Okay, because they have been certified by gods. They are my representatives. They can go to every program and do, like how we have moral policing, troll policing. There are people God policing. Are you talking properly about God or not? It's like that's how they will come. They'll get tick mark. If my concept of God, it's not concept, my understanding about God. My understanding about God matches with their understanding of God, then I'm a right person. If my concept or my understanding about God doesn't matches with their concept, I'm a useless fellow. Can you imagine this? Vedas only say, in Sanatana Dharma only says, one God only. One God, many experiences. One God, many experiences. One man, only many experiences. You get? One God will have infinite experiences. My experience of God is purely mine. You cannot have it. Your experience of God is purely your experience. Nobody can have it. Ramakrishna Paramahansa only said. Ramakrishna Paramahansa or Aurobindo. Now you don't say. This much only you don't understand who said it. Why? Because people love to troll. People love to pass comments about whole thing. It is not important. Who is speaking? What is been spoken is important here. I think Aurobindo, because both of them from Bengal. So now don't say Aurobindo in Pondicherry. No, how do you know it is Bengal? Or basically Bengali. So I think that Bengali they say Joto mat, Toto pat, means as many minds, so many ways. One God. But when I understand, I explain it my way. When you experience God, you'll explain it your way. I do a program called Wandering Monk, 7 days of spiritual nature adventure. 30 people come and 30 people have 30 experiences about Wandering Monk. That does not mean he or she is talking wrong. That is their experience and it is purely right. Let God come and tell me, Deepak, your experiences about me are not wrong. I'll listen to it. God only never came and told me all these things. One person is coming and telling, please stop judging. Learn to and listen to understand. If you don't understand, stop it. Don't continue. Why you to disturb somebody's world? It needs, guys, 1,000 successes to create one trust in ourselves, not even outside. I have to create 1,000 back-to-back successes, small or big, to develop that trust in myself. One failure is enough. One failure is enough to build a doubt. And that's how vulnerable our world is. Somebody with heart, blood and soul and sweat create a world of thousands of people. And just one person thinks he or she is very intelligent. Think, that is important. And you can come and randomly say something and what? Democracy means what? Democracy means in your house, in your bed, with your mouth, say what you want to say. Don't go to somebody's bedroom and sit on somebody's bed and do what you want to do. That is not called democracy. That is called insensitivity. Absolute insensitivity. To go and disturb somebody's world. Nobody called you for that. You came by choice. You are there by choice. You don't like it, get up and go. Get up and go. Oh, you are authority on dental cavities. When I talk about dental things, you come and tell me, I will listen to you. Your authority about pregnancy and talk about pregnancy, which God has authorized people to talk about God. God never has any problem with people talking about Him. People have problem about people talking about God. Really? So many godmen across the globe, they speak their experiences with their God. What's wrong about it? And there are so many people follow so many people. And we know so many paths. There are so many different thought processes, different schools of thought, and there are lakhs and lakhs of people, crores of people following every school of thought. And there are so many differences. Does it mean the other one is wrong? To come to my college or to come to my office, there are multiple ways. Somebody come from east side, somebody come from west, somebody come from north, somebody come from south. And somebody come from in between northeast, somebody from southwest. All the paths leads to my office. And somebody coming from north tells somebody coming from south, your path is not right. That will not take you to. When I will tell somebody coming from north, my pointers will be different to that person. And when somebody is coming from south, my pointers will be different. I will not give the same pointers to the person coming from north who I will give it to south. That does not mean I am giving two different solutions. I am giving you two different solutions for the same thing and you want to come to this place. That does not mean that path is wrong or this path is wrong. Grow up. Broaden this. Open up. Every path takes to that place called God. A child's way also can take you to God. And a Buddha's way also can take you to God. Bhagavad Gita only told. They only have quoted 4 official paths they have given. Bhakti Marg, Hatha Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga. Udhari chart diya hua. Now somebody is going by Karma Yoga and somebody going by Bhakti Yoga, they will fight with or what? Or you will come and tell, that is not the path to go. Do correction. Really? Your temperamentally suits for Karma Yoga, you do Karma Yoga. Temperamentally suits for you, you are an emotional person, you go Bhakti Yoga, you go Bhakti Yoga. What's wrong about it? One to one I understand. Public forum, please, if you ever go, if you are being with me for all these years, have sensitivity. People have developed themselves, built themselves with years and years of practices. One, your insensitive and unthoughtful reaction. You didn't even give time to react, time to respond. Session is going on and you tuck, somebody is messaging with me, not even giving a thought. What, you are an invigilator? Sitting with answers and then listening to my talk and say, imagine you are at 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Teacher, you are invigilator or what? You're sitting there to listen to understand, contemplate, and then next session is there. And I always ask, if you have understood this, let's go next level. If not understood, ask me, I'll explain to you. I have to, a great teacher, a good teacher will speak from the student's perspective, not from the perspective where he has to start with. Very beautiful example I have to give in my sessions when I start the session for anybody. I'll just take another couple of minutes, guys. When a kindergarten teacher is teaching ABCD to her students, does not mean she only knows ABCD. Her students only can start from ABCD. She is graduate. She may be BA. She may be MA. She may be actually a PhD. But she chose herself to offer herself to kindergarten students so that she can lift them. She has to start from where is their maturity and not from what her maturity. When I work with people, I understand. I have understood life in a very different perspective. But to take people till there, I have to talk in a language which they understand. So I speak in a very layman's and understand without using any jargons. Just because I don't use alpha, beta, theta, gamma. Just because I don't use those heavy jargons of Sanskrit shlokas. What? Just because I don't put some graphics here. Just because I don't carry a robe. Just because I live a very life which everybody lives, which I have chosen to. That does not mean anybody can judge anybody. So, very important lessons. Please guys, When you go as a student somewhere to learn, listen to understand and not to judge. If you want to judge, go as a judge and tell them. And if they appoint you as a judge, then go and judge. For that you should be intelligent than them. Your world should be bigger than them. Your growth should be bigger than them. Then only you can go and do judging. Otherwise, don't waste your time there. 3. Even if you have, please, even if you want, the most amazing lesson Arjuna and Krishna can teach all of us in the entire Bhagavad Gita is when Krishna is going on giving answers about life. The most beautiful thing Arjuna did was Arjuna never questioned the teacher. Arjuna only questioned to the teacher. Always question to your teacher or to your guru or to your boss. Don't question the person itself. That's the most stupid thing anybody can do. When you question the teacher, if Arjuna would have questioned Krishna, Arjuna wouldn't be there for next question to be asked. He would have got bad karma for himself. The person who do all this thing, do you even realize what karma you have got for yourself now? How are you going to deal with that? So please don't question to the teacher. Don't question the teacher. Question to the teacher. You may not have understood, or the teacher would have given from a perspective which you are not able to understand. So never question the teacher. Always question to the teacher or your guru or your... Let's not get got into all these things. But I think a lot to learn. So please, and you go as teachers, as students, listen. And if you are somewhere there standing on the dais and somebody tries to intimidate you, or because you are a very vulnerable stage when you are on dais, thousands of eyes are watching you, looking at you, and you are on one stage, one side and talking to everybody, then I think you are very vulnerable. And somebody stands there and questions you or questions about what you are speaking about. A few things you can do. Ignore. Smart people ignore. Don't even look at the person, ignore the question and ignore whatever they want to speak about and continue the entire thing is. Number 2. If you really think what you speak and what you stand for is worth it, stand there. I chose this online live because I'm very sentimental about my teaching. You question me anywhere, I'm okay. You question my teaching, I tear you apart. Who are you? I tell everybody, stand on the dais and tell, let's have an intellectual debate. What do you want to ask? Ask. What do you want to ask? Ask. Let's have an intellectual debate. Either go and rip that person apart or just simply ignore it. Continue, because you are not come there for the one person, you come there for those hundreds and thousands who have come to listen to you or to grow out of you. Grow with them. Let them grow along with you and you continue in your life. These people have this habit of, they think they know a lot. Thota chana baje ghana. It's a very beautiful Hindi proverb. If you understand Hindi, go and Google it out. It will give a lot of meaning to any one of you. Don't make too much noise in the whole thing. Please, don't disturb somebody's world. How much you would have gone to build a world you have no idea about. To create your own life, so much goes. To create lives of hundreds, thousands of people, you know how much goes. And just because you think you have a right to speak, samne aake baat kare na. Come in front of me and ask any question. I'm willing to sit and explain to you. I've been explaining life for last 18 years. Kitni baar same thing I've told, spoke, explained with a lot of patience. But you ask me, you question to me, I'll give any number of time you want, I'll answer you. Question to me. That's something about me which I keep very, very precious to me. I don't say, they say, Saraswati stays here. Saraswati stays here. And I did not choose it, it chose. You question that. Think about the karma that will happen to you. Now I can scare you. How does it feel to you? And my all dear friends who are there with me right now with life, God, if punishes, is not God. God is epitome of love, then love forgives. Never in the intent I have tried to hurt anybody in my life or try to do anything with that force which gives me life and gives you life. Not even once. In the name of karma, in the name of God, stop scaring people. भगवान से तो डर, भगवान से क्यों डरना? मैं क्रिएटर, मेरा बाप है वो, बाप से कोई डरता है क्या? बाप से प्यार करते हैं हम लोग. Don't scare name people in the name of karma and all these things. Who are you to give Who are you to tell people this will give bad karma, wrong karma? Certificate? You are certified by some government or what? The more you become spiritual, the more you should become humbler. Because you know, along with you, your God walks. Along with you, your God talks. Along with you, He lives. How much humble you should be in your words, in your writings, in your talks, in your gestures. How much should be there? Arrogance, attitude, for what? What you and me have done in life. So please, maintain basic dignity of being a human being. Let's maintain basic courtesies, and especially in public forum. Social media has given one big chance for people to vent out their bhadas nikalna tha. Vent out on what? Why are you so frustrated in life? You can't even tolerate few things not falling in your comprehension. Just because you're not able to comprehend, you'll vent out on what? Where? Somebody is putting something in you that you want finding. So you find one nice dais of Sampurna, nice platform Sampurna, nice good people are there. कोई किसी कुछ बोलता नहीं है. Hey, I stand with my people. I stand with my teachings. Because my God stands with me. I'm a good person. Then I'll quote Krishna. Krishna only told, for yourself, for your right, if you have to fight, you have to fight. Only religion in the world which tells you to fight. Every other religion tells you forgive. Michami tukadam, forgive. Don't play with somebody's goodness. Never. Maintain dignity, maintain respect, maintain courtesy. If you don't understand, ask for it or leave it. There's no jabarasti kuch nahi hai. So please maintain that basic dignity. So in case even if tomorrow you want to ask me something on the life, let's start now. Happy evening. Hi sir. I like when so many of you write down. Love you so much Deepak sir. Happy evening Deepak sir. Nice to see you. Kitna अच्छा लगता है. Build relationship of love, no? So nice way to do that. And simply I disagree with it. Like you can put a statement type because you have nobody can ask you question there. Go in front of somebody and do na. I don't agree with it. Talk to go off somewhere. Come on. Don't use social media platform to take out your vent. Deal with it. Deal with it. If you like it, share with everybody. If you don't like it, swallow it and keep quiet. Don't disturb people's world. Harmony is the most difficult thing to create. Such a beautiful harmonious world I have built up in 18 years. And in 18 years, all those people who are there on Sampurna, everybody is growing only, no? What corrections are required? They are all growing from 20 crores to 200 crores. From miserable lives to happy married lives. Not one, not two, hundreds of them. Testimony to the entire teachings of what has been taught to me by my teachers, my gurus, and what I practice myself. You have authority corrections. Check your own life. I don't want to even discuss about the person. But what is not what is not okay is not okay. Now people say, Deepak, you are never so aggressive. You are always, no, you don't know me then. In fact, that is what actually I am. Also because of all that spiritual growth, evolution, I have mellowed down so much. But I'm a fire. Sit with me, maintain distance, enjoy the warmth. Touch me, I'll burn you. Not ego. Not ego, pride of my teachings. The teachings which has created my life from a very mamuli salesman having a salary of 600 rupees per month to live life what I live, to be not unheard by even one person. Today thousands of people listen to me with a lot of love, respect, and not only me, 10,000 lives been created living a beautiful, complete, holistic life filled with health and wealth and love and bliss and spiritual alignment. You want to check on spirituality? Come with me, wandering monks, one day. Without rituals, without practices, without kriyas and without mantras and without tantras. Yes, people close their eyes and go in trance. Transcendental states. They are there for hours together. From 16-year-old to 62-year-olds. Sit and meditate as if they have been meditating for years together. No qualification required. Show me a place. If all that is need correction, then all this thing will not happen, my dear friends. Proof of the process is in the result what it produces. The result that has been produced to the teachings that I have learned from my teachers and my gurus and my personal practices has created thousands and 10,000s of life in last 18 years. And same with so many other cities where the same teachings have been taught. That can be wrong. You alone can be right. Please introspect. So, be a good student. It's very easy to teach. It's very difficult to learn. I'm a great teacher and I have this strong pride about myself, because if you cannot be a great son, you cannot be a great father. If you cannot be a great daughter, you cannot be a great mother. If you have never been a great employee, you can't be a great employer. If you have never been a great student, you can't be a great teacher. My strength comes from me being a seeker, not me being a teacher. My seeking is much more 100 times powerful than my teaching. See me once, the way I seek will melt in my devotion. Will melt in my devotion means in my devotion to my God. Will melt the way I seek. The student in me is 100 times more powerful than a teacher in me. Telling all of you, as long as you are in learning mode and not in judgmental mode, as long as you are willing to understand, I think a lot can be learned. The moment you decide to teach and speak and give with whatever you understood, I think there's a fall. There's a fall of person. Be a seeker, be a student, maintain dignities of people, public forums, maintain courtesies, maintain respect. Just because other person is human being itself is enough reason for you to respect the person. Other qualifications are not required. जैसे सामने वाला बंदा भी इंसान है, उसी भगवान की औलाद है ना. He or she deserve respect. Maintain that much at least in life. Whether you are a spiritually evolved person or not spiritually evolved person. Simple. I respect human beings because they are human beings. एक ही भगवान की संतान है ना, तो आदर सत्कार तो बनता है भाई. और उतना भी नहीं कर सकते, इतना रूडनेस अगर बातों में है, I think you need some kind of treatment. So look forward for Sampurna, something that I hold very close to me along with those hundreds of them who watch. And don't get disturbed with all these comments. If you know your job well, be smart to ignore or be strong enough to take head on and say, here I stand for myself, and keep growing in life. Thank you for being online live. It was wonderful talking to you. I know it has been a little on a very different note today's online live, but I think it was required. I don't want any one of you to feel from my world who are there, which is a beautiful world we have created. Goodness does not make you weak. Goodness is not weakness. Don't take goodness for weakness. When good people decide to stand, whatever strength comes, they're enough. And I want all of you to know this, guys. We have been such a beautiful world we have built, such goodness we follow, such respect we maintain, such dignity we maintain. Don't allow anybody else to play with that. You play with my self-respect or anybody's self-respect, I don't take it. I give back immediately. So I think very important lesson for all of us. Goodness should not become weakness. I'm good, I'm not weak. A lot of people misunderstand. अच्छा आदमी है ना, जो बोलना है बोल दो, कुछ नहीं बोलेगा. Day, not with me, not with my world. Nobody's place with it. With all my spiritual arrogance, let me tell you, in my work, I don't allow even God to interfere. तुम तो इंसान है. I repeat, in my all spiritual arrogance, I only will confess. In all my spiritual arrogance, I tell, when it comes to my work is my God. In my work, I don't even allow God to interfere and say, don't disturb me here. फिर इंसान की क्या बात है? Keep growing in life, guys, with a lot of respect, with a lot of strength. Your goodness should become your strength, not your weakness. I wanted to show it to all of you in action. So here I am with you, and thank you for being with me all the time, all the life. So happy that even after the session got over, uske baad so many of you shared your growth, your implementation. I got so many messages mailed that you went for a 20 minutes walk, you did jogging, you did dancing, and I'm so proud of all of you for being a growing student. I know all of you are champions in your field and you are great people in your field, and still when you come and be with me, you choose to be a student. Hats off to your studentship, and look forward for Sampoorna. I will be going for my beautiful journey of top of the world in my nature and my nature God, and come with lots of energy for all of you, and pray for all of you, and carry all of you in the womb of my spirituality. Let the 3 days of energy, vibration, power come to all of you. Stay connected, stay together. You guys mean a lot to me, and I know I also mean a lot to you. That's why you are with me on this online live. See you soon. If you missed the Monday session, in case tomorrow is Thursday, in Hindi we will have the same session. So come to learn, not to judge. What was that creates so much confusion in somebody else's mind? Poor fellow. It's okay. Thank you so much. But look forward for Thursday evening in Hindi Sampoorna, and Monday night 9 o'clock in English Sampoorna. Come back to you with lots of love and energy. Thank you so much. You guys mean a lot to me. Bye bye. Here we go. Tada.